just want pure enjoyment for as long as possible. But something you don't want to do is you don't want to start teaching them the game. You don't want to start teaching them the right way to do X, Y, and Z when they're doing whatever basketball activity they're doing, right? You don't want to correct them. You don't want to say you're doing this wrong, because you're going to start, that could set the seed of like, oh, I did something wrong, I feel bad about it, right? You don't want any of that. You just want pure enjoyment for as long as possible. Now, of course, if they're trying to do something specific, some kind of specific skill, and they're not getting the hang of it and they're getting frustrated, now you can step in and show them, okay, this is how you do this, and this will help if you do it this way, and you stick with them until they get it right. And then when they do get it right, now it's time to praise them and give them as much adulation and make them feel good about themselves when they do something right. But for instance, if you see them doing something drastically wrong, right, like if they're shooting and their elbows are way out like this and they're like pushing the basketball towards the hoop instead of really shooting it, if you want to correct that and you want to help them to start doing that correctly, so that by doing it correctly they have more fun, what you could do, instead of saying you're doing it wrong, this is the way you should do it, come at it from the perspective of wonderment. The idea being, you want their improvement to, in their mind, be like they did it themselves. They thought of it themselves, they implemented it themselves. Because of that, they taught themselves how to get better at the game, thus giving themselves more fun and more enjoyment. So for example, if they're shooting like this, what you could say, instead of, no, keep your elbows down, keep your arms straight, this is how you do it, instead of that, you could say, I wonder what would happen if you tucked in your elbows, if you kept your arms straight. I wonder if that would help. Come from a perspective of wonderment. Maybe not in that moment, maybe not till later on that day or the subsequent days, whatever. At some point, hopefully that sticks in their mind, that wonderment sticks in their mind, and at some point they do decide to try to tuck their elbows in and start doing more of a shooting motion than a pushing motion. Hopefully in their minds they will think, oh, that makes sense, I get that now. I put my elbows in, my arms are straighter, now I'm shooting the ball better because of it. Because I'm shooting better, I'm having more fun, and I kind of taught that to myself. I kind of figured that out on my own because, whoever at some point said, I wonder what would happen if I tried this. So now not only are they having more fun than they were having, but hopefully that also fosters the spark of curiosity in them. And you combine those two together, the fun with the curiosity, now you're building a foundation for to hopefully spark a basketball passion that's going to continue and burn stronger for years to come. Whether your kid's going to be a casual player or whether you're trying to have them be more of a serious player, trying to earn like a college scholarship one day, the foundation should be enjoyment for the game. They need to have as much exposure to it as they possibly can, and you want to make that exposure as fun and entertaining and like celebratory to them as you possibly can. Don't be worried about fundamentals and skills and how to dribble and how to shoot and pass and play defense and footwork. Don't worry about all of that stuff. That stuff will figure itself out over time, assuming that they enjoy the sport enough to stick with it. Your job is to get them involved in it in a way so that they have exposure, they get experience, and they enjoy it as much as they possibly can. All you can do is expose them to the sport, make it as enjoyable as possible, and hopefully they gravitate in that direction. Once they do, once they have laid down a foundation of, I really do enjoy this, I really do want to make this a major part of my life, now after that point, you can start working on fundamentals and skill set and all that kind of stuff. But from the beginning, exposure and fun is what you're looking for.